Hello guys, this is Alain again and this is my second video on nodal analysis. Now for you guys who have not seen or is not familiar with nodal analysis, go on to my first video about nodal analysis, which is an introduction to nodal analysis. Now on this video we have two examples that has independent sources. So we're going to solve this type of example because most of the student which is new on the circuit analysis will tend to get bothered or getting difficult on to solve on this type of circuit. So here's circuit problem number 2 because the circuit problem number 1 is on my introduction to nodal analysis, the first video. Now on this circuit we have three the independent sources, namely two current sources, the 4 amp current source and the 9 amp current source, and one voltage source which is the 5 volt voltage source. Now let's begin to analyze this circuit. So the first step in using nodal analysis is to identify each node. Now this is one of the most important part of the nodal analysis because if you get the wrong number of nodes, it will lead you to an error or wrong solution. So on this circuit, we have 1, 2, and 3 nodes. Now on the first node, it is the common point of the 1/3 ohm resistor, the 5 volt voltage source, and the 4 amp current source. While the node 2 is the common point of the two resistor, namely 1/2 and 1/6 ohm resistor, and the two current source, which is 4 amp and 9 amp current source. Now on node 3, we also have four components, namely 1/3 and 1/6 resistor and 5 volt voltage source and a 9 amp current source. So we have 3 nodes on this circuit. Now the second step on using nodal analysis is to identify the reference node. Now this is one of the important points. If you choose a reference node, that is, it's not wrong, but it will make your equation longer. So my tip is put the reference node at the negative side of the voltage source, because automatically the positive side of the voltage source, the node which is at the positive side of the voltage source, will automatically be equal to the voltage source. So in this circuit we only had one voltage source, which is a 5 volt voltage source. So on the negative side we had the 3 node or the node 3. So we make the node 3 as the reference node. So therefore, we are expecting a number of equation of 2 equations. Now at node 1, we start to analyze using KCL, but as the rule said, if the reference node at the voltage source is located at the negative side of the voltage source, therefore the positive side of the voltage source is equal to the voltage source itself. So on this equation, the voltage at node 1 will automatically be equal to 5 volts. So we have the value of the node 1. Therefore, we only had one unknown left, which is the voltage at node 2. So at node 2, we're going to use the KCL. So what you can see, KCL is the summation of voltage entering the node is equal to the summation voltage exiting the node. So everything I will assume that the current, oh, I'm sorry, it's the current summation of current entering the node is equal to the summation of current leaving the node. So in solving this, I assume that the current is exiting the node, otherwise it has been stated, or the current is given and it says that it is entering the node. So on this circuit, the two current source are all exiting the node. Therefore, I'm going to add it to the current at the two resistors. So, as what you can see, so furthermore simplifying the equation, let's substitute the value of the, so here is the circuits again, and at node 1, so we had V3. So here is, now thank you for viewing, and hope you're going to just click